Hello, welcome back. I got some more thaumaturgy done. We're just going for 9. I'm not sure if that's useful, but I'm not sure what we need at the moment. We got the alterations, so that's nice. I'll try and get the thaumaturgy. I tried to cast teleport with my god. Unfortunately, he got attacked by a lesser horror, and then we still had returning on us from something. So yeah, unfortunately, he just ended up in my cap still. Did some infiltrations, got attacked by EA Szumogliika, but it bounced off. You know, a bunch of random stuff. You know, me getting pinged on that one throne. But we stormed straight into Notable Landmark. So here's our Fort Storm. Our army looks pretty cool now. Very buggy. We have a bunch of weird projectiles and stuff. Weird spells. Nothing here though. So I was hoping we were going to get some cool climactic battle with our army. It's been a while since we had a real fight, but we picked the fortress that's empty, unfortunately. And these projectiles never hit, by the way. It's kind of unfortunate. We did 2 damage then. Hard to hit things with Storm Up, I think. We got a weird army, got weird spells going off. That's random access attack, the weird beam thing. That's weird projectiles. Looks cool, even if wasn't really much here. Yeah. But the important thing is we now have a throne taken off TNN, so, you know, that's good. Some events then. We have been dealing with Uuodeouda, so we're dealing with Redweed spill. So if you didn't watch the Uuodeouda series, if you don't know what that nation's like, if they're your neighbor, you get a lot of this. Strange red vines have spread to nothing bad here from a nearby province, assisted by the ongoing ecomorphosis. They are overpowering much of the natural environment. A preaching priest or a patrolling fire mage might be able to drive this invasion back. I got a magic site, which is redweed. Simon Bear Mountain. In Newland, much of the redweed growing in Newland has withered under the pronouncements of Nio, the priest who's preaching there. Yeah, other than that, regular events. And between Storm and Cataclysm and destroying forts, we don't have much income anymore, so starting to get some desertion. But yeah, can't do much about that. So redweed stuff is happening over here. You can see redweed and nothing bad here, and prime real estate. But there's some priests in like all my outer provinces pretty much. Could probably do it replacing this guy with an H2 though. Be better. Got priests down here. This guy's probably not useful in this province. Maybe start moving you here. Oh, there's this one as well. You're going... Oh, okay. You could move... Oh, you have to take 2 moves. Alright, alright. I was probably already doing that then. Okay, you just carry on preaching. That's fine, and not very important either. So we did just take Notable Landmark. It is the Throne of Gaia, which is pretty nice. We get growth +2 on our Dominion. Which is, you know, got death. I'm not sure how much difference that's going to make now that it's already Cataclysm, but, you know, it's nice. Also some more nature gems. So I'm going to do basically just claim it with my prophet while we patrol here for 1 turn. That's just to make sure we, you know, nothing happens to my prophet. We keep the province through claiming it. Well, nothing stops you claiming it, but you know what I mean. Like, I don't want my prophet to get stuck here if a horror lands on it this turn. So we're claiming and patrolling with everything for 1 turn. And then as soon as it's claimed, I'm just going to walk this stack here and try and take this one as well, which will leave this one undefended. But we're going to lose anyway unless we take more thrones, so it doesn't really matter. We're basically just gambling that this throne won't get attacked in the time it takes us to get here and take this. And then meanwhile, we'll try and put some defense here. I think that's the best we can do. So patrolling and claiming. We have quite a lot of stuff over here now. It's not quite as impressive as this throne, which is like madly defended. Could probably do it splitting some of this stuff off. But we've got more stuff on the way as well. I'm trying to summon Banelords here when I can. We've got this guy doing a risky summon. Probably going to get attacked, but... well, there he is. And I keep giving the Banelords Moonblades. I've got more of those waiting to be given out. Yeah, we're trying to defend this as best we can, but I'm also this turn, I've got size on disk 16 terabyte. casting Provincial Transfiguration 6 on this province. This is going to really hurt all these guys, but they'll be there to pick up the units that get generated, and we've got a Gift of Health up, so these guys are pretty hardy at the moment anyway. So I'm hoping all of these guys survive having the spell cast on them. Maybe they pick up some afflictions, but again, we've got Gift of Health, so it's not a huge issue. So these guys can pick up all of the stuff that gets generated by Provincial Transfig 6, and then maybe they just walk all the way to here to try and defend it. It might be a bit of a mission, might take them a while, but, you know, I can't cast Provincial Transfig very far. We can only cast it that far because we have the reload staff, which gives you more range. I have a lens as well, but it's currently on somebody who's moving, I think. This guy, in fact. Probably should have taken it off him. Yeah. But the plan for now is just claim this, we'll try and defend it, and then the next throne we're going to go after is that one, I think. Looks like the easiest one to take. How is Kirkostaculis still in this game? What province do you even have, man? This is, this is weird. But anyway, I think that's it for this turn. I'm still trying to forge Moonblades, Lodestones, but that's about it at the moment. And we're not doing any recruitment because, yeah, that's the end of income. So there we go. So that was turn 80. Thanks for watching. I feel bad that we didn't have like a big battle with TNN, but maybe it's for the best in the long run, even if it's not exactly, you know, crazy fun to watch. But anyway, I'll see you next time. Hello, welcome back. It's turn 81. Getting attacked by horrors now pretty regularly. My god managed to teleport into our new throne though. I'm going to be defending there. He fought off the horror mantises. I was wondering what spells he does to fight things off when he's unscripted. Turns out he just kind of sucks. He just buffs himself forever. And then he's like spamming Petrify, just random buffs, Poison Touch, Stream of Life. And then eventually he decides to start casting Arcane Bolt, which is nice. Kind of awkward though. But yeah, he's sitting in the throne now. I did Provincial Transfiguration 6, and unfortunately the spell is bugged, so there's our big 64 Nature Gem spell. It doesn't produce any 6 glitches because there's a tab instead of a space in the DM. So that's great. I'll show that off in a second. We also summoned another Banelord, and the glitch who summoned it got annihilated by a bunch of Brassclaw horrors, which is also unfortunate. So not great there. And events, there's the big event you get from Provincial Transfiguration 6. Just a shame it didn't produce 6 glitches. And yeah, some other random events, nothing too crazy. One thing that is very important though, the Throne of the First Age has been destroyed by Jugo-Kusei Azathoth, the slave to Unreason. Right. Ulm is being played by Jay. And I've got a video on my channel of how Jay has won games in the past, where he wishes for Doom Horrors, and then he uses the Doom Horrors to destroy other people's thrones. I think he was in the process of doing that in this game. Now, there's a nerf in JBBM where Doom Horrors get negative bonuses to Master Ritualist, which means they can't cast Teleport. But I saw in the Discord that what Jay has done is he has empowered the Slave to Unreason and given him a copper arm so that he can hold the unique Astral Booster thing. I'll put the screenshot on the screen anyway, so you can take a look at that. So one of the thrones has been demolished anyway. Forest of Strange Noises, we cast... yeah, the only thing we got were 5 glitches. I didn't even get that many of them. So I'm just going to briefly... I'll go over to a test game now and show you what 6 glitches look like, just in case you're curious. Alright, here we are on the classic food map. Great map. Let's see, I think I summoned them here. Yeah. So this is the unit we were supposed to get. These are 6 glitches. They have bonus MR because they're sitting in Drain currently. This is what they look like. Actually, this one's pretty wounded. That's unfortunate. Maybe this province has a disease site. Or maybe I recast the spell and wounded him. I don't know. They should have 32 hit points as well. Yeah, I think I hit this guy with a spell. That's a bit awkward, actually. But this is what they look like. Very cool. They have lots of cool bonuses. They have Fate Weaving. They've got 32 to all resists. 8 Fear, 4 Awe, 4 Hull Heretic, 32 Invuln. Most importantly, they have a very big magic weapon now, which is difficult to negate and does soul death. So that would be really, really nice to hit Doom Horrors with. Unfortunately, we didn't get any of them, so yeah. They would have been really nice Throne Defenders, but oh well. Anyway, I'll go back to the turn now. Okay, so currently it's 12 points to ascend. TNN has 4, Alm also has 4 currently, and we have 3. So no one's out in front just yet. This throne is well defended. This throne is fairly well defended. I have 3 guys now who have Moonblades, plus the mages that are here. And there's a fair amount of stuff as well. I could cast some more whites as well while I'm here. It might be good. I'm getting a Bane. The glitch who died was my Bane Lord caster. So I just get a Bane, some more whites. We'll see if what's there can defend that. And meanwhile, this stuff that was moving over to help is just going to move over towards Notable. They'll help defend that eventually. I'm going to leave my god here to defend, who's going to do Enliven statues each month. I thought they might make pretty good throne defenders, I'm not sure. And there's a couple of other guys who are just waiting behind. I am going to demolish the fort. Because my god can't patrol, of course, so I'll demolish the fort. Amakeshadon's waiting behind because he can teleport anywhere anyway. Embarrassing Purchase is waiting behind because he's going to teleport to this province, so that when we move on to this throne we have a retreat route. And everyone else is just moving out. I do need to give a ton of gems to some spies who are with us, though. So that we have replacement gems for all the spells we're going to be casting. We don't have many pearls. So the plan is going to be to move to Umbro, and then Nethermark, and then straight onto Refurbished Throne, and then Storm it. And then meanwhile we'll take this as well, so that we've got some kind of retreat route. But it's going to be a few turns. It is Cataclysm. We are going to be marching through Dark Skies, right? Yeah. I mean, we do have some Dominion over here now. We've almost linked our Dominion, which is pretty funny. But it's not a lot. It's going to be hard to fight in this. But we'll do what we can. It's very hard to have gold to actually put up new temples or anything like that. I mean, we do have our god and our prophet here now as well, who are spreading a little bit of Dominion. There's only 2 dark candles. I mean, it's possible this is pretty weak Dominion anyway, because it's right on Alm's border, so who knows. We did infiltrate TNN's cap recently, and it looks like they're kind of falling off, at least in terms of provinces. Army size has been better as well. I don't know, it feels like the big risk is still Alm, who's been kind of ahead all game, even though TNN almost clinched a victory. If Alm is throwing around Doom Horrors and doing fancy stuff like that, they're probably a bigger risk than TNN, but we'll try and grab this throne anyway, and see what happens. These two are okay defended, and this one will be kind of okay defended. I mean, it's got to go, oh god, right. He's going to start summoning statues. He just puts up anti-magic and spams opposition. I mean, we'll see how he gets on. And that's really the only thing happening this turn. We are forging, I think, some anti-magic amulets. We lost our Lodestone amulet forger this turn, unfortunately. But yeah, that's everything. So that was turn 81. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hello, welcome back. Right, lots more horrors as usual. Nothing too crazy there. Our god got attacked after casting Enliven statues, and then just made a friend. Don't get to keep him though. Other than that, nothing important died, just random mages. We then got attacked on the throne by the Eater of Dreams. Now this is awkward because this attack takes place before the fort gets torn down. So the things we had defending couldn't defend it. So now, only thing really happening this turn is I just got to move these guys back to knock Aegon off the fort. And then maybe I guess they have to sit here while we tear the fort down. It's just unlucky that that's the throne that got hit before the throne was down. The fort was down. Because, I don't know, I'm pretty sure my god could probably defend it, maybe. He's got 308 hit points, 21 magic resistance. He's a good astral caster. And there were some other things here. There's a guy with a Moonblade, there's, you know, 2 other big mages. Would have pumped the PD. We're doing enlivened statues every turn as well, which gets us some extra chaff that aren't too bad. But of course my god can't break siege, so we're just moving back. We'll break siege with everything else. We'll get rid of the fort, and then the plan is still to move to this throne, but I don't know. I can see here, Ulm's slave to unreason is eating big inflatable chair. So, unless Yomi can do something about that, this throne might be eaten. Aegon cannot eat this throne instantly. It's being dissolved. So it's now wounded. But yeah, we just need to knock him off. So script is now anti-horror script, opposition and such disintegrates. Yeah. Just awkward. And nothing else really happening. I mean, we're still patrolling our other thrones fine. The stack is still moving over here. It'll get here eventually. And that's all okay. But yeah, there might be another throne about to get dissolved this turn. But the plan is still this one, even though it's a bit out of the way. We'll do what we can. Had about 1,000 gold this turn. I just put it all into PD and Wretched Throne though. I'm not sure. Maybe I should be building temples. Oh, I could have used some to build a temple here. That probably would have been good, right? In fact, do you know what? Let's just save gold for a temple. And build it next turn. That'll be fine. But that is turn 82. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hello, welcome back. We got 13 nature gems from Kirkostaculis and a large message. I don't know what this is. Some kind of copy-paste thing. Maybe he's just about to be out. Who knows? But you can read that if you'd like. We got some thaumaturgy done. What's that? Now 8. I think this game might be about to be over, unfortunately. We got attacked. Our god got attacked by the Hunter of Heroes. And it's just a bit frustrating because my god just doesn't do anything. Like if I just sit here spamming N, he just does nothing but spam Petrify and Stream of Life and... Like if he was just spamming, you know, Opposition or something, this would probably end pretty quickly. As it is though, he just kind of spams junk. And eventually dies. Whoops. Eventually dies, yeah. So, a bit unfortunate. Kind of a victim of the AI. Not really much else to say about that. I'm going to try and call him back, but we do lose Riches from Beneath from this. We also lose our Bless, I suppose, which is a bit frustrating. But mostly we just lose a good Throne Defender. My god would be a lot better if I could script him. So that's one thing that happened. We also then moved back onto Notable Landmark to knock... who are you again? Aegon off. So, this goes pretty well because on turn 2 he just gets hit by Disintegrate. A random Loop Breaker just disintegrates him and that's that. Doesn't even get killed by Damage Reversal. So very easy, we kept the throne, which is nice. And some good events I think as well. Yeah, a big gold event plus a lifelong protection. And then another big gold event. Unfortunately this throne down here, where is it? This one, it looks like it's still being eaten. And at some point Ulm has actually taken the throne we were going to go for. So I think the game might be about to end, because Ulm now has 5 thrones. Needs 6 to win. But if that other throne gets eaten, then you'll need 5 to win, and Ulm will win, unfortunately. So I think Ulm maybe just wins next turn, I'm not sure. That's what I think is going to happen, which is a bit sad. But just in case that doesn't happen, our plan is still the same. We almost have some actual throne defenders here. So we can move patrol onto this next turn. But for one turn, we have to just sit here patrolling. Unfortunately. Because if a horror lands on this throne again and there's nothing defending it, it will just get eaten instantly. Because it's already on half health now. So we have to delay. We don't have our god anymore, so there's no point breaking the fort. I'm just going to wait till these guys get to here, and then they can move patrol. And then we can move up. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to have Seg cast Fata Morgana. This just gives you some ED. Which, you know, might be useful. Lots of phantasms. So he's just casting that currently. With all the Urgems we've got. I mean, why not? We make what? Where is it? We make 25 Urgems per turn. We can do that. I've given Seg a Ring of Returning, so if he ends up getting attacked by a horror, he should just go back to his home province, and then he can Cloud Trap back over here. Possibly. Or we can just give him a carpet and fly him. But we'll try doing that, and then we'll still try and move up for this throne, but it might be a bit late, unfortunately. And other than that, not much else to say. All my priests are now calling God, and I'm getting a temple down in Notable. But might be too late. We'll see. But that is currently it for this turn. I don't think anything else is happening. There's lots of calling God, still forging Moonblades and stuff. I might be summoning some Banes, yeah. And that is it. So that was turn 83. We'll see what happens next turn. And I'll get back to you. Hello, welcome back. So at the bottom of the message list you can see, Rejoice, a true god has ascended. Ulm did win. So nothing here is too interesting to look at anymore. I will say that having Seg cast Fata Morgana, mistake. Apparently he just gets one-shot by Defiler here. So not great. He's got 2 bodyguards and a small air alley, and the Ring of Returning. 26 hit points, 19 protection, 25 defense. Thought maybe he'd survive. No, one-shot. So that was a mistake, but a much bigger mistake, I suppose, was not trying to knock the Slave to Unreason off this throne. Because I was thinking, maybe that's what I should have done. Is while I was sat here, is just had like all my astral casters just like teleport on this, but I don't know, I feel like they all would have just died. I mean, if not even Seg could survive, I feel like casting teleport would have just got them killed anyway, right? But maybe it's what I should have done. Maybe I should have just tried to teleport some stuff into this to kill it, because the alternative was we lost anyway. So I don't know, maybe that was stupid. I think I've done this a few times in like the very late game where there's some like obvious thing I could do to try and keep winning, and it doesn't occur to me at the time. I don't know why. But yeah, I probably should have teleported some stuff to this to try and kill it. Because even if we did lose every mage that tried to teleport, it still would have given us a chance, right? So that was a mistake. But other than that, it was going to be hard to win anyway. I mean, we needed to keep this throne alive and then also take probably 2 more. I'm not sure if we could have won, but we certainly could have kept things going a couple more turns. Anyway, do we have a way of seeing the replay? We do, yeah, okay. So, here's me and Ocaf. Yomi over here. Ulm up here. Yeah, we had pretty good expansion, huh? We really squashed Femoria and Marvoni down here. Yeah, we were much bigger than pretty much everyone in the early game. Got this territory here from Yomi as well. We got bribed into a war with Ocaf. I think it was around this time. Yeah, we're moving in now. Took the throne. How are other people doing? TNN and Ulm. Got Uuodeouda. Uuodeouda was reduced to 1 province at one point in their war with Kirko. But they were released into the world. We eventually managed to take out Ocaf. Stuck in a war with Yomi for a bit now. TNN's very big as well. Got all the way up into Kalem's territory. Yeah, so this is the point where TNN was like the big threat because they were ready to like throne rush and win. We kind of made peace with Yomi. There's the big throne rush where they grab this throne. We're kind of stuck on this throne for a long time at this point. And yeah, kind of stagnate into this position. And so Alma's won with pretty interesting territory. He's got this stuff near his cap. There's a long, thin strip of provinces through here to this throne. How strange is that? How did you end up with this territory? That's so weird. TNN has this throne in the middle of Uuodeouda and Femoria, part of his throne rush. Got this one too, damn. Yeah, TNN and Ulm were just much better at grabbing thrones, right? It's one of the problems I have with being behind in research, is I'm just kind of lumbering at like thrones on my border with a big army, while these guys are like teleporting around the world doing crazy stuff. Okay. How did people end up? There's Kirko's cap. Owned by Calum, who is, yeah, just kind of cut off through here. It's kind of funny. Calum got crushed by Yomi in the end. Uuodeouda managed to get back into the game pretty well. Lots of site development. They pushed Redweed into Ulm's territory as well. They had Ecomorphosis up for most of the mid-game. Alright, well, let's look at graphs. So provinces, I mean, we were always very big from the beginning, pretty much. Much bigger than everyone else. Ulm and TNN kind of kept pace for a while. TNN fell off in the end game after their throne rush failed, though. But yeah, we did pretty well. Some smaller plays we didn't see much. Maverni kind of struggled, it looks like, for most of the game. There's Uuodeouda dropping down and then just kind of struggling back in at the end. Kirkostaculis on one province for the second half of the game, pretty much. A shame for them. Moria still kind of in the middle of the pack, even though they went AI, which is pretty funny. Saro, didn't really see them. They were out pretty quickly, it looks like. Russ, also another player that was reduced to one province for a bit. Kept struggling back in. Forts doesn't really tell us much. We had a lot of forts, though. Income, you can see the point where we put up riches from beneath, which is pretty cool. Big income in the end. Not bad for death scales. Although I didn't really feel much impact from death, to be honest. Pretty good. Gem income. Yeah, Ulm in the mid-game was just kind of wrecking everyone. What did they have, like 61 gems worth of globals up? Pretty good. We just continued finding sites, though, right the way to the end of the game. Fairly linear. I mean, we were losing provinces in this part, so there's some exchanges here. But we just kind of steadily increased gems. And then in the end, we got up Earthblood as well, so I guess that's that little spike. But research, yeah. There were probably more uses we could have put gems to with more research, but yeah, Ulm was so far ahead of everyone for the whole game. TNN just behind them. I don't know how people do research. Dominion, very strong. Managed to keep Yomi's Dominion out of our territory for a while, although it was hard in the mid-game. Army size, there's Uuodeouda going back into the game. Ended first, congratulations. We are up and down a lot from some of the losses we had, but we were replenishing them pretty well. And Yomi was free spawning stuff all game. So Ulm didn't really need an army to win. There's ascension points. Yeah. So in the end, it was the moon was destroyed by the Slave to Unreason, which gave them the points needed to win. So finished on 10 of 10. We had 6. TNN had 4. Anything else we can look at? Heroes? Why not? Mostly Yomi's big things. We have one dance from the grass from Uuodeouda. A couple of my glitches are still in there, that's good. Nothing really stands out. There is a clown just randomly in there, though. Stories are being told about Sugar the 13th Clown and his unequaled obesity. Makes sense. Okay, so there is EA with Mew. I've updated the Szumogliika mod twice now. Once was to fix Invert the Future, so that now actually removes population when it's finished. And I've updated it a second time so that Provincial Transfiguration 6 actually produces 6 glitches like it was supposed to. Unfortunately, there was a tab in it when there should have been a space, which Dominions reads as no space, which bricked that line of the mod. So those 2 bugs are fixed. I don't think there are any other bugs that we encountered. So if you do want to check out the mod, those check out the thread in the description below. Those bugs are fixed. And I might come back to this nation at some point, and I don't know, I'll just like flesh out some of the mid-game spells. It's a bit one-dimensional what you end up doing for the mid-game. I feel like there should be a bit more variety, just because it's supposed to be like a weird, buggy nation. But instead it becomes pretty rote what you do every turn. Which I suppose isn't bad, because it's also a kind of, computery nation, so doing something that's very kind of algorithmic is also fitting, so I don't know. Algorithmic, but with more unexpected results, I think is probably the correct theme to go with. So if I come back to this model, I'll just flesh out some of the spells a bit more, I think. Not much else to say. I think the early game went fine. I think our early wars went fine. I think we just stagnated too much through the mid game in terms of research and stuff. And we had the potential to be very kind of mobile and very kind of magically powerful, but I just never really leveraged that, unfortunately. And the opponents we had were just like way ahead of us as well. So I think even if we had been researching well, they still would have been ahead of us, kind of thing. Ulma's a very good player. TNN's also a very good player. They've been in games on the channel before where they've done well. I don't think I have much else left to say, though. So I will thank you for watching. I had to put this game on 2 turns per video pretty early and just leave it there because the turns were taking a very long time. And they were often quite big as well. So this game might stretch on a bit on the channel. I'm a bit worried of the period of the series where I was just sat on this throne, because I think that's like 10 turns, which is going to be 5 videos of just me sitting here, which seems like a bit of a drag. So I hope that wasn't too boring. But if you are watching this video, then I assume you watched all the way to the end, so hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, as always, please consider liking the video, leaving a comment, subscribing to the channel, joining the Patreon, all that kind of stuff. And the next series on the channel, I think, is going to be Abyssia. So stay tuned for that one. And I think I've got the stuff done far enough in advance that might just start immediately after this series ends, which would be nice. Although if it doesn't, sorry I got your hopes up. But thanks for watching anyway, and check out some other stuff on the channel, and I'll see you around.